So I'm really curious. You've done these videos on these reckless drivers, like the
Mhm.
most wanted drivers in New York City. How do they get these cars?
A lot of them are stolen cars
How do they drive stolen cars without getting caught?
because they drive very fast. Like, I just got a police chase sent to me from my guy Felix, and, a lot of these criminals, I would say, to me, it's more about the adrenaline than it is about the economics or trying to make money. They are so thrilled to hop behind the wheel of a Hellcat and pretty much taunt the police and go 120, 130 miles down the highway and get away. Like, my guy Felix was like, he just got in one the other night. He's like, this department in Ohio, like, get the FOIA the body cam footage because you're gonna see what I just did to them. So I think it's the thrill. It's the same reason why Alex Honnold climbs mountains with no support, no safety lines. It's the time that they feel most alive is running into the dealership, running into someone's driveway, stealing it, and getting out of there.
Felix is the one though that steals the vehicles, right?
Mhm.
He's the one that did the car theft, that video.
Mhm.
What about the ones in New York that like bob and weave throughout traffic? How do they afford such nice cars?
I don't think they do. I think I'm not gonna give too much away, but from what I know about the scene, and this is connected to the takeover scenes that you see in LA, New York,
Yeah.
across the country, a lot of those cars are hot cars, stolen cars.
But we
Yeah.
did see like a Lamborghini Urus. Wasn't one of them driving a
Potentially, there was a glitch, I think, where they could do it off of Turo or a car rental app.
But even that costs a lot of money because you ask them on average, how long can you hold on to a car for? And
Some
they
of
said
those
1 to
guys
2 years.
are involved in other businesses that supply their car business.
Yeah,
They do
I
other
mean,
black market stuff and they bring that money and they drive cool cars.
I feel like if they know you're doing a video, they're gonna pull together like $2,000.
They're
and,
not
like,
going to
rent
pull
these
up a
cars.
1994 Toyota Camry for this video. And Squeeze Benz did it perfectly. Like, hiding in the back of this parking complex with a black Lamborghini Urus, revving as we come up on the scene. Like, you can't get any better of an introduction to a guy than that.
I've been getting a lot of those videos on Instagram, the street takeover videos, where they're like going in circles,
Yeah.
and they just will crash into another car, and they don't care. And at first, I was just like, "Well, what's their insurance gonna be?" Think of the repair bill on that. But it makes sense that
Yeah.
it's not their car because they don't care.
The takeovers are particularly bad, I think, and I've been invited to cover a lot of different takeovers. It's really hard for me to go do that knowing how much people's property is gonna get destroyed in the process. I had a Milwaukee, business say that their parking lot had to get repaved so many times, the family folded the business, and she kinda was mad at me because I covered it a little bit in a previous video. She's like, "I hope you're happy with what you broadcasted and celebrating these guys driving crazy because look what happened to my family's business."
How do you make sure you're not glamorizing it? Because your
Yeah.
New York video, like, I see that and I'm like, that's stupid. I don't get it. But I could see they're like a 16-year-old who's like, wow, that's so cool. Look at these guys, all the praise
Mhm.
they get. I want to do that. And then they end up someone.
Two different things. One is asking enough tough questions. When you sit down with a pimp or a dealer or a car thief, you have to ask about the societal impact. What about the single mom when you take it from her garage? What about if your customer ODs? You have to ask, oh, you're bossing up your woman that's working the streets, yet you take all of her money and you're bossing her up? Like, I really pressed a pimp hard on that in an interview in Los Angeles. You have to ask the tough questions. It's not a fluff piece. So even if I go interview the cartel one day, tell me about how you guys give back to the community. Like, you have to ask them about some of the things that they do. That to me is a big part of not glamorizing it. Number two is almost unanimously when you ask these guys, give your advice to the youth out there that think about joining a gang or getting into this profession. All of them will say, do not do it. Do not join it. Your life will end up in jail or prison and do not do it. So we always include those messages because there are impressionable kids out there that their economy is driven by the currency of clicks. And if me doing this gets me 1 million views on TikTok, they might consider doing that.
What do you refuse to make a video on?
There's almost not a topic I would stay away from. Like, I would interview a neo-Nazi. And I know some people would say, never platform a guy like that. I think you ask them questions like, a good question is like a mirror to the soul. So you want them to see the absurdity of what they're saying. And I think that's important. There's not really a line of who I wouldn't interview, whether it's or someone that's a racist, but I wouldn't go to a car dealership with a camera and be like, all right, you're going to go run in and steal. I'll be right behind you. Like, whatever you do in your free time, cool. I'm not gonna, because I know that dealership owner is gonna have a whole lot of trouble. Insurance claims, fix the broken glass. Maybe an employee was there and is terrified. Like there's fallout that comes from an act of crime. So like, oh, you guys want? I'm never gonna go with a gang. Like, oh, you guys are about to do a drive-by. Can I come with? Like any crime that hurts someone or steals some stuff. Because I'm really against theft. Even though I cover theft a lot, it's something that really, like, that's a line in the sand that I just really don't agree with. But if they want to talk about it, if they're open to getting hard questions about why they do it, then I'll talk to you.
You don't want to influence behavior, influence crime.
Things are already happening. I'm just asking why you do it.
But wouldn't interviewing someone like the cartel be way too dangerous? Like, isn't there a line to be drawn there?
Yeah, there is. To me, it's always about having the right contact. If someone can bring you into that world that has a reputation that can pretty much bring you as much as you can guarantee a safe passage, that's the biggest thing. That's the person that this hinges upon working.
This clip is brought to you by our sponsor, Aura. Have you ever Googled yourself or a loved one and been absolutely shocked by all of the information that's publicly available online? Well, I did it recently, and it was really scary to find private information that was readily available on public data broker sites. Well, if you're scared about something like this too, that's where our sponsor, Aura, comes in. Not only does Aura monitor your personal data across the web, but it also helps you opt out of those invasive data broker websites. Plus, they offer identity theft protection with up to $5 million in insurance for your whole family, financial fraud alerts, and even a VPN to keep your online activity private. Personally, I'm not willing to leave my information and my family's security vulnerable, and you don't have to either. Go to aura.com/icedcoffeeclips to try it out for 2 weeks for completely free. And literally in just minutes, Aura will let you know if your personal information is exposed. Head to aura.com/icedcoffeeclips to see why it's worth it and protect what matters most. Seriously, guys, it's just 2 weeks completely for free. Try it out with the link down below in the description or aura.com/icedcoffeeclips. Thank you to Aura for sponsoring this podcast.